Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Critical Reactions with your host, Bryan. We're going to be finishing up this week's theme of metalcore with a band that has a pretty cool name, which is why I picked them out to finish out the week. I don't know anything else about them, but the name's pretty cool. They're called KADINJA. The song's called Empire. And yeah, let's see where this one fits alongside the history of metalcore, whether this is more like the rhythmic-oriented origins or more the melodic-oriented aspects of when the genre became popular. Do I need to turn this up? Very quiet. Is this... Okay, that was just a compressed opening. Turn that back down. Yeah, some really interesting techniques being thrown in here. Yeah, lots of writing pedal notes. Interesting vocal accent there. Huge chorus here. Double time it. Yep. Yeah, this is a cool verse too. That's nice. Has a bit of an electronic flair to it, but it's all done with like intricate palm muting. Yeah, the drummer keeps switching from accenting the on beat to the off beat. That was a pretty clean fill. Yeah, that was a funky section, time wise. Wait, that's it? Huh. Okay. I was honestly expecting something more. I guess it's better to leave your audience wanting rather than disappointed with what they got. Overstaying your welcome. So in a sense, thumbs up to them because I do want more. Metalcore though, is that metalcore? I don't know. So there's definitely some metalcore elements, but to me it almost feels djenty. And there's actually one section in there felt a bit like Periphery's first album. I don't know if anybody else caught those vibes as well. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. We're gonna move on past the genre discussion because, like I've said before, genre is kind of unnecessary in the larger scheme of things. Um, it is fun to talk about. I'm not gonna lie. I talk about it being unnecessary, and then I still have conversations about genre. So definitely two sides to that conversation. But let's get into the music. Let's talk about what happened rather than if it fits conventions and stuff like that. So there's tends to be two back and forths. Well, one back and forth, two concepts here that we look at as far as their foundational work going. The first is highly rhythmic with a set pedal tone. The other one is highly rhythmic with almost a sense of melody implied in it, which is where some of that gentiness comes from, where you just have this super disjointed rhythmic melody line. And it's interesting to see them not employ both at the same time, which I think could actually result in music ending up being too chaotic to listen to. I think it's a really smart decision to move back and forth between those two concepts and allow the song to be rhythmically complex from start to finish, but not overlay rhythmic complexity in their layering. Um, I dig both of the vocal styles going back and forth and even overlaying. I think the vocalist actually has a really good feel for when to apply harshes and when to apply cleans and how to overlay them. It actually caught me off guard. The opening verse is pretty much all harsh, except there's like three words that are thrown in there that are clean, and I really like the way that he implemented that, the space he created for those cleans to shine through, and sort of the juxtaposition there, since we have the context of the heavy, harsh vocals for the entirety of the song up to that point, and they just come out of nowhere. They're there for a second, and then bam, we're back to the harshes. And I think it's a really nice foreshadowing that the about the chorus going clean, and sort of just making sure the listener stays on their toes because, I mean, at that point, anything could happen. I think we had heard three different vocal styles at that time, and yeah, it's really cool just to kind of show your kind of lay all your cards down, show people what you got already, and you're like, oh, geez, this guy can do anything. This band can go anywhere at this point. Where are they going? I gotta perk up and check out what's going on. It's kind of flexing a bit, I guess you could call it, and you know, just kind of putting it out there. Yeah, we can do what we want, so pay attention. And I dig that, right? Like I said, it's a bit of a flex, but at the same time, I think it's very good at creating interest and foreshadowing future ideas. So definitely good, strong writing underneath, just the flex of it. Um, so after the chorus, though, we entered into a new section. And this is the section that pretty much finished us out. I think, well, it was the last vocal section before we entered the outro. And it was mostly clean, but we introduced new melodic ideas, new rhythmic ideas, and I called it verse 2 to begin with. I think I said something like, oh, this is pretty cool, verse 2. But in the end, it was actually its own section. So the song is actually four distinct sections that have a bit of a strong core identity that wraps it all up. So for being a 3-minute song and having four sections, each section is relatively short, including the intro. I don't remember if the intro is repeated anywhere or not. I don't remember. But yeah, so we have a pretty cool song that explores quite a few different ideas that mostly focuses around rhythmic concepts and plays around with adding melody into the rhythmic ideas, both in the vocal work and in the guitar work, while also incorporating some cool time-based techniques. We checked out there at the end. Well, let's see. It was going into the final section. We had the drum part, so it would have been the third section. The drum was changing its focus from on the beat to off the beat. Every couple of bars, I think it was. Maybe it was the 4-bar phrase. Every 4-bar phrase, we switched from accenting on the beat to off the beat, and created this really cool disjointed feel going there. That worked well with some of the rhythmic aspects that were going on in the guitar work. So, yeah, I really dug that. Then it had the really slick fill into that final outro section. And, yeah, then the song just ended all too early. So, yeah, I really dig this. There's a lot of really cool things going on in here. And it's sort of a merger of metalcore and gent, which I kind of got a thing for both of those genres. They're both fairly large genres as far as my musical journey through rock and metal. Both of them showed up in my early 20 years, and were very influential as to what kind of metal I came to enjoy. I mean, I was already listening to classical and jazz, so I enjoyed more technical music already. And I think these were some of the first times that I started to see some of that more technical aspect appear in metal music and rock music. So, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a reason why I gravitated to those growing up, but they do hold a part. I do have a place in my heart for both of those genres, uh, regardless of the fact that they became very popular and eventually oversaturated. But so it is really cool to see them kind of combined and merged into a single idea. I do want to hear more from this though. If you know of any more KADINJA tracks I should be checking out, hit me up with them in the comment section. Um, because I think this band's got a lot of potential, and I just don't think this song showed it off, unfortunately. And that's probably just because it was a 3-minute song that explored 4 sections, so there wasn't really a lot of time to hear any of the ideas mature, really. We went through 4 ideas real quick. So I would love to see, not necessarily longer form writing, but maybe a song that doesn't, I don't know, it feels like they're rushing through a test. This is what we know, this is what we know, this is what we know. Can we have our grade now? And that's not a bad thing. There's definitely a place for tracks like that. But as far as showcasing a band for a first time listen, I don't know if I would specifically pick this one unless all their music is like that, and I don't know that. So that's where you come in and give me some new tracks to check out from them, so I can see what else they do. Uh, so when you're done commenting, head up into the description box. There's some links in there for stuff adjacent to the channel, such as Discord, Patreon, Twitter, spreadsheets, email, just a whole bunch of links in there. Honestly, I probably overpopulate it with links, but I got a lot of links, I guess. I'll be back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 p.m. UTC, as usual. We'll be doing some special selections for the weekend before moving into a new thing happening the week afterwards, which will be the first week of May, which we used to do special selections week. But since we've caught up on special selections for the most part, we got something new going on there. So, yeah, pretty excited about that one. Until next time, though, remember to be critical, not cynical of the music you listen to, and have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening whenever you choose to watch my videos.